Paul Turner with thisisswansea.co.uk, and I'm here at Swansea Grand Theatre to take a look behind the scenes at this year's Pantomime Cinderella. So if you'd like to follow me, I'm going to go into the theatre now. Oh no, you're not! Oh yes, I am. We're here with Kev Johns, who stars as the Panto Dame and has done for many years now. Welcome to This Is Swansea, Kev.
Cheers, mate.
Looking forward to it this year?
I am, because this is a really nice pantomime. It's very tight, it's very funny, it's a great company, and one of the nicest panto companies I worked for many, many years. And by that I mean the company of people, you know, the actors, the crew and the production staff and everybody. Really, really nice company. So it's quite a bit of fun, you know. Good director as well, which is good. It's always good to work with somebody who knows what they're doing, and he knows exactly what he wants and brings the best out of people.
This is your favourite role, is it then?
I like playing Dame. I wasn't sure whether I would enjoy playing Ugly Sister again. I've played Ugly Sister before, and it's very, very different because the Dame is warm and cuddly and cutchy, and the audience like the Dame, and the kids like the Dame, and everybody cheers the Dame. Because the Ugly Sisters are quite opposite to that, you know. But in this production, because we've got an evil Baroness, the Ugly Sisters are a lot softer and are more buffoons and make fun of themselves and are a bit more silly. So a lot of the comedy comes from the Ugly Sisters. So I'm quite comfortable. I'm working with Frank Vickery. Frank's a good friend anyway, and I've worked with Frank in 2 other pantomimes, so it's a joy to work with Frank, you know, and we're having a bit of fun, like.
Do you enjoy the reaction you get from the children?
Well, I don't know what the reaction is going to be like. Yeah, I hope it's going to be right. I do enjoy it because, like, I think pantomime is brilliant. You know, a lot of people in the industry wonder about the relevance of panto for today. But this is the first experience for a lot of these youngsters to come to the theatre, and if they come and enjoy this magical experience from the minute they come through the door, which is what always happens at the Grand. You know, the front of house staff get involved, and sometimes on special days like Christmas Eve, they'll get into costume as well. And if they enjoy the experience from the minute they come in, the minute they leave, they want to come back to the theatre. They'll come back to see plays, come see shows, musicals, whatever, and the people will keep coming to the theatre and the industry will grow.
There's obviously a lot of interaction in Panto. That's a big part of it, isn't it? Is that what sort of keeps you going through this long run through to January?
It is. I mean, it's because the show is so tight and because we know exactly what we're doing. We know then that we can relax a little bit. So if anything happens that catches somebody out, that some of those funny moments that people will say, I was there the night that so-and-so happened, because you know the script so well and the plot so well, you can always jump back in without you know, being completely thrown off like that. So
much improvisation on the...
Well, funnily enough, the improvisation comes in the rehearsal period, and I know that Chris, the director, he likes what will be the product on stage will be the product that we've rehearsed, you know. So those moments, those special moments, will have come in the rehearsal room because we would have spotted them in advance. But obviously, something's going to happen that's going to cause somebody to say something throughout the run. It always happens, you know, and we wouldn't be, you know, performers if we didn't react to it or respond to it.
I notice you do a lot of your own makeup. Does your daughter ever ask you for tips when she's going on a night out?
No, she doesn't. But she borrows my makeup, and she's laughing over there. And I borrow her makeup and Urban Decay fine makeup. And no, I do my own now because I know what I want. You know, I don't glam up. I've got the certain colours, and if you didn't use the same thing, you couldn't be able to do it in the minutes that sometimes you have to do it. You know, sometimes I change the eyeshadow because it depends whatever I can buy, you know, and whatever I get or whatever somebody donates from the samples bag. But I know this is the same face now for whatever Panto Dame character I'm playing.
So what's, over the years you've been playing in the Panto, what's been the funniest or most unusual moment you can remember?
A lot of them happen on stage, you know, and when doing the song sheet, you get children say things which you didn't expect, and great moments of comedy come out there. And the things you see that the people don't see backstage as well. And Frank and I worked with Mike Doyle a lot. Mike's a great friend and a wonderful... Mike likes to tell stories, you know, and I watched him once. I think we were doing Snow White. He was telling this wonderful story to the dancers. The dancers were all sitting at his feet listening to the story, and I could see that he was coming closer to his cue, and he'd be going on very soon, and it was getting closer and closer and closer. And I just said, Mike, and he went, yeah, hang on a minute now. I said, okay. I thought, you just carry on, son. And I went, Mike, and he went, yes. I said, you're on. I like he ran on like 20 seconds too late, like, which was, and sees Doyley flying, and those are little funny moments, you know, that you have. And this industry is full of funny stories. I worked with a guy called Norman Robbins in my first 4 pantos, and Norman had worked with Morecambe and Wise and Hilda Baker, Jimmy Jewell, all those great characters of the theatre. So the stories that you get at panto time are priceless, really, and are worth putting in a book. Should anybody have a book out at this time of the year? Which of course I do. Not at all. But this is a company of panto people as well. You know, people who whilst they're professional performers, love the panto season, and that just makes it a little bit more special to do.
Kev Johns, thanks very much.
Thanks very much. I'll get dressed now.
You can. To Pollard's dressing room, and we're going to knock on the door now and see if she's in.
To Miss Sue Pollard's dressing room, because here I am in Cinderella and I'm the Baroness, and I'd be delighted to welcome you in for a little bit of a chat and a sit down. Do come in.
Right, I'm here with Sue Pollard. Hi, Sue.
Hello, darling, nice to see you. How are you doing? All right?
Fine, thanks.
Good.
You're getting ready for this year's panto, Cinderella. Can you tell me a bit about your character and your role in...
Yes. Well, I'm the Baroness. They usually have a Baron, right? And he's obviously the father of the protagonist, old Cinderella. But they decided they'd like to have a female Baroness, well, a Baroness as opposed to a Baron. So we said, all right then. And it seems to be working out very well. She's inherited Cinderella from her last husband, Baron Hardup. She's had 7 rich husbands. So she's always after the money. And the idea is that her own daughters, right, the 2 ugly sisters, Paris and Brittany, I might add, superb names, aren't they? I love them. And she's grooming them for royal marriage, i.e. she's hoping that at least one of her daughters, obviously, gets to marry Prince Charming. And the idea is then that the Baroness wins him over, steals his money and makes his life a misery, like she has done with the others. Because she's had 7 husbands before and they've all been poisoned. Mushroom poisoning. So she's a bit like one of these dreadful serial killers that you might read about in latter day the world.
And do you like playing a character like that? Do you prefer playing a sort of nasty character or a good character?
I try to actually kind of, if you like, take the acid away by having a little bit of fun with people. I mean, when I've really got to be sort of mean, because there's a terrible scene really where she tears Cinderella's ticket to the ball up, or she makes Cinderella do it herself, and it's really like very mean. But on other occasions she tries to be a little bit of fun, and so you've got to try and just get the right balance, do you know what I mean, between fun and fear, if you like. And there's some quite nice participation. Would you excuse me 1 second, darling? How's that going? I've just Yes? Excuse us. Anyway, carry on, darling. We're just deciding, you know, exactly how the hat's going to go on. And then if you're happy with where it is, then that's once again, you know exactly where your costume's going to lie, how you're going to put it on. Because that's the one thing, especially about panto, you have to have a routine. You have so many costumes and so many props and accessories that it's good for everyone as a whole to say, right, shoes on first. Because Rebecca's decided, haven't you, between us, what's the best? What did we decide?
Shoes, costume, jewellery, wig.
Yeah.
And is there any superstition behind that, or is it just about
Yes, I believe that there is. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of fellow actors over the years, and they've all said, oh no, I've got to put my lipstick on first. If I put my eyeshadow on first, I've had it. That means everything will go wrong and the show will be, you know, da-da-da-da-da. So you kind of talk yourself into a paranoid frenzy. But no, I actually do think that everybody comes in. A lot of people come in at a certain time every day. Some people just come in at the half-hour call, which means you have to be there half an hour before the show, by law. Or some people want to come in an hour before, they have a cup of tea, look at their mail, go through things, do a warm-up. I tend to come in about an hour beforehand, do a warm-up. And, you know, just physical and vocal, a few and all that, you know, a few stretches. And then you're ready for the off.
Do you get first night nerves at all?
I suppose I would be fibbing a little if I said I don't. Simply because I think we're probably all in the same boat. You're fixed with anticipation and